music to the noise, yeah, the mess we make. Machine Blunt Kelly get caught in the fake. Facts and logic with a twist of jest. Strip it down to truth, yeah, forget the rest. Humor blows the lights right out of the park. Look beyond the shadows that set the dark. Sparks of laughter fire up the night, bringing clarity when they blur the fight. Cut through the chaos, yeah, the tangled lies. Steampunk Kelly with a set of clear eyes. Truths and jokes gonna rock this show. Step into light where the real facts glow.
Hello and welcome to the Punch Show, Zach.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Are you ready to step into the light where the real facts glow?
Yes.
So I just met you yesterday on Blue Sky, and I learned that you are setting up a town hall, and you're trying to get Thom Tillis to attend.
Yeah,
I think that's fantastic. First of all, you're a junior in high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're 17?
Yeah.
And so you can't vote, but
No.
you don't care. You still have an interest in your country. So
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about like what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you're going about doing it.
So I started the petition, or we at least want to bring Tillis to the town hall that we're trying to set up, because I believe that, or at least I, and I think a lot of other people in the Charlotte and just North Carolina area really want to understand why Senator Tillis will not stand up to more like Trump's policies and comments, especially considering he's like marketed himself as more of a moderate Republican. As you know, he's taken some great stances against Putin and Russia. He didn't endorse Mark Robinson for governor last year as well. So yeah, and he also, I believe it was last year, he worked on some great LGBTQ plus legislation that passed in the Senate. So he's definitely has been more on the moderate side. However, in this time where we need great leadership, and just with a new president, especially on the topic of Russia, Ukraine, he has failed to, I'd say, address and I don't want to say attack, but at least speak out against Trump in his so-called defense of Ukraine. He wrote an email to me and other people. I know someone else who received, so I emailed him, and it was like I believe you call it like a cover letter or something.
Yeah, like a standard response or something.
Right. Yes. And he literally says, I have it written down right here. I believe the United States and our allies should be doing all we can to support NATO and oppose Putin's illegal and unprovoked war in Ukraine and Russian aggression. So yeah, he said that. However, he isn't really doing that. He won't publicly speak out against Trump, especially after his Trump's horrible interaction with Zelensky the other day. I know he made that speech in Congress about attacking Putin, but things aren't as effective right now unless you call out more like Trump, especially because of their the whole meeting with Zelensky and their recent interactions. So I do not think he is doing everything he can, and I think a lot of his constituents think he isn't doing everything he can, and we would like to.
You're saying, one thing he could do is like just say something about the meeting, like that.
Right.
That would be pretty minimal, just to say, hey, that wasn't fair the way you treated him or something.
Right. Yes. So a lot of his constituents, people like me, a lot of North Carolina residents believe that he isn't necessarily doing his job. He has also supported every single one of Trump's cabinet nominees, RFK Jr., Kash Patel, both very controversial nominees. And I guess now they're confirmed, so I guess cabinet members. Especially, I think it's important, as he's marketed himself as moderate. North Carolina has a Democratic governor, Democratic lieutenant governor. Although they voted for Trump in the presidential election, it was really close. He's definitely hasn't represented the more moderate, mixed voter base in everybody. He's only kind of represented one side, and so I think, and even people who are Republicans, believe that we need to hold a town hall to get our point across, about Ukraine, about the nominees, and make sure he is representing us and doing what's best for all North Carolinians, not just one one group.
So you're talking about we there. Are you working with some other people to set up this?
Right now I've reached out to definitely some people in the Charlotte government. I'm on this youth council, youth engagement council, and there are a couple people that go to all these city council meetings. They're not elected officials, but they're high up actual employees. So I'm working with them to get a spot in the where they normally hold the board of commissioners meetings and all that. And then I'm also, a lot of my people
as a venue for
yes,
the
venue. We could also do a school. There's definitely a lot of options. Or I'm still working on the logistics. This is I only started this a couple days ago, so we're very in the beginning works of this. And I started the petition because I feel like it would be more effective if we get names like Tillis. We'll see, X, all these people want you to have a town hall. Let's work together and get this, let's make this happen. Proof that there are actually people that want to hold the town hall.
Dropping okay, and I need to I'm just dropping the link to the petition in both the dropping the link in both the Twitter and the YouTube chats.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I'm looking at it, and you've already got, what is it, 500 or almost 500 signatures on it, right? 487.
Yeah, just under 500. So very close. And it's only been up for just over 24 hours, I believe.
That's awesome. Well, we'll see if we can get that over 1,000 by the end of the day. I think how do you think that would you like that? I'll
Yes.
try and use my Blue Sky and Twitter clout to get people to sign it for you. And can I ask you, how did you get interested in politics?
Yes. So actually, for earlier this summer, I've always been interested in writing and journalism. Initially, I still like sports journalism, but initially it was I want to be a lead writer for the Panthers one day. And I write into the I don't know if you know who Darren Gant is, but he's the senior writer for the Carolina Panthers. I write into his mailbag a lot. And so I've kind of developed a relationship with him. So through, I guess, my interest in sports journalism, I found an opportunity through school. I go to Providence Day School. There was this opportunity to research candidates for a local election guide with a local company in Charlotte called the Charlotte Ledger. It was, so I signed up for the internship. I applied. I got the internship.
Awesome.
And for the month of June and July and a little bit of August. Me and I believe four or five other teens, Charlotte teens, researched candidates from all across North Carolina. I was assigned like Wake County, Orange County, Gaston County, from positions from as big as like the mayor in Wake County, or Raleigh, to the Orange County Soil and Water Commissioner. And when I was looking at Wake County, they have a bunch of districts. District C in Wake County had like 7 Democrats running for one really small commissioner spot. And I'm like, wow, politics must, the person in charge must have a big impact, or big, impact in all these people's lives. That 6 people from the same party that believe similar things are all running against each other for this one relatively small spot on the district commission. So that opened my eyes, like, government and politics actually make a difference in people's lives,
Right.
which I hadn't really seen. I mean, this was more my first experience looking into politics, like last summer, so that I haven't seen before, and that opened my eyes. I'm like, wow, I wonder what this is like for Charlotte. I wonder what this is like on a state level, on a federal level. So yeah, just the impact of government and how it changes lives really open the door.
I really appreciate the way that you're getting into it too, is because a lot of people end up just getting into the like federal stuff and the national stuff and the stuff you can argue about on Twitter. But I mean, I'm sure you learned things about, what was it, the Wake County Water Commission or something?
Yes, like soil and water commissioner.
So you probably had to learn some things that you didn't know
Yeah.
as you were like researching these policies. Like, did you learn anything about soil and water?
Well, they definitely have, they're elected officials, and they definitely have some impact in the it was a while ago, but definitely impact on the I guess whatever the water, like the government's involvement with water, and then the environment, like the soil, like the acidification, like all that kind of stuff.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we don't look at the local aspects of our policies and politics, and so I think it's great that you're keeping both a local and national view, and that you're being kind of shepherded in that direction by whoever's in charge of this group. So that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I think it sounds like a great internship, and it seems to have kept your interest in things. Where would you describe yourself on a political scale? Like, are you like on a scale from Bernie Sanders to Donald Trump? Where are you at?
I'd say definitely not Donald Trump. I'd say I'm more, as I'm more learning more about politics. My ideals aren't like final. Things, people change. Definitely more left. I'd say left leaning. I have a lot of respect. Looking at how the political landscape has changed. Kind of researching that, and being I'm in APUSH history right now. So learning about the origins of the Democrat and Republican Party has a lot more respect for both parties, actually. And yeah, like I said, with unfortunately, things have become like really polarized. And looking at, I watched a video on like the Mitt Romney Obama debate, and I'm like, wow, Romney has some like solid points. Like, it's just like a difference in ideology. It's not a difference in like that person's like very immoral. It's just like just straight up beliefs systems. So I would say I'm learning more. My parents are Democrats, so that's definitely influenced me. My brother has worked. My brother's also 17. I'm actually a triplet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He worked for Woodson Bradley. She's a senator in North Carolina, like a state senator, her campaign. So definitely on that skill. But I do like, I'm learning about both parties. I'm still learning more, but I'm very open and interested, and I want to um, always do what's right for the you know for the people. I have a lot of respect for many political beliefs. So
I really appreciate your openness, and like I would encourage you, just as somebody, you don't really know me either, but if
yeah.
since you probably don't know, I supported myself for about 10 years, writing about the NBA
Oh
professionally.
wow, that's awesome.
Um, yeah, I've interviewed people like James Harden and Dwight Howard, and um, you know,
Yeah,
Dwayne Wade. Uh, and I just kind of started off just writing and blogging, but I'm written professionally in various venues, and I would say the best way to learn about things is to write about them, because when you write about things you have to research to like
yeah,
hone your points and to really realize what you're talking about. I encourage you to continue to learn, but also to continue to write. Like if you haven't already started a blog or something like that,
I have a Substack.
it's got a Substack. Great.
Mhm,
That's a great way to continue to learn and to also voice your opinions, but also even learn what your opinions are. So, I mean,
mhm.
sorry if that sounds a little patronizing, but I am 40 years older than you, so I have learned something in life. Although I'm sure your parents have already taught you some things. Anyway, I just really want to encourage you. I respect and appreciate what you're doing a lot, and uh, I hope you can get Thom Tillis to respond. If he doesn't, then have the town hall anyway,
Yeah, that's
and
that's
have
what
an
a
empty
lot of
chair
people
with
feel.
his name on it.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
and then live stream it. If you live stream it, I'll make sure to blast it on Blue Sky for you, because I
awesome.
think this has been a theme of mine on the show here. Is I really think that the only way to get to them is to have these town halls, and even if they don't show up to here, we can make them here. And the media is
Yeah,
not going to cover these things. The mainstream media is not going to cover these things. So we're going to have to put them on YouTube. We're going to have to put them on X. We're going to have to put it on Blue Sky. We're going to have to force people to listen to it. But I think because of with social media, we can break the legacy media stranglehold on what people listen to. So what you're doing is amazing, and I want to thank you for doing it and encourage you to keep going in that direction. Do you have other classmates that are working with you?
um, no, I know my brother is interested in helping out with his involvement. Um, I definitely so um I definitely there's a couple of obviously teachers, classmates, people that at school I definitely work with. There's a lot of um even there's a couple of like seniors that I know that are also very interested in politics from both points of view, conservatives. So I think just a group. I'll definitely have a group of students from both parties to help bring this together because I think it's really important. And one thing about Thom Tillis, why him, not Ted Budd? I know I don't. I mean, I don't know. People might be wondering that, because there's like two senators per state. Um, but Till actually used to work with my grandpa who passed away when I was like two,
Mm,
um, on the Cornelius town of Cornelius board, um, and so. Um, and my grandpa said wonderful things about him. I know things have changed since 2002. It's been, he's now, he went from a mountain biker who wanted to be Tillis went from like a mountain biker um, in Cornelius to, a big senator now.
yeah.
So, but I think I deep down
I think we just lost you.
Am I here?
Oh, there we go. We lost you for a couple of seconds there. So I missed whatever you just said.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Yeah, with
What?
my grandpa speaking, I mean, it was a very long time ago. He's good friends with him. I think deep down, in my heart, I hold, hope that Tillis will do the right thing,
Mhm.
just because of what he did. My grandpa was, a Democrat on that commission. Obviously, Tillis was Republican. They're still very good buddies. I do hold out hope that Tillis will do the right thing, and represent his constituents in the state of North Carolina.
And who is your representative?
In Charlotte, Alma Adams,
And is that a Republican or a Democrat?
Democrat.
Okay. Have you invited them to the town hall too?
I have not. I've reached out to her office multiple times. I I yeah, I think I wrote an article about like Medicaid or something. I was going to share it with her. She sent like a very, I mean, I know they have a lot of read a lot of emails. She sent me back like a very like standard like thank you for your email
Mhm.
response, and didn't like really reply. And she's also very old, so I don't know with like how if she like lives in DC, or like how that will work. But I definitely am going to reach out to her um, about inviting her to the town hall, as well as like my brother can invite the senator he works with this summer, definitely, to help out too. So there are definitely a lot of representatives. There are politicians in local and federal government that can support this.
Okay, Zach. Um, that is fantastic. I'm just if you need anything from me, let me know. If you need any support, let me know. I'll do what I can to help you. I'm very much in favor of as many town halls as possible, and I'm definitely very much in favor of young people getting involved in politics. I feel like this is your world that you're going to be growing up in. I'm going to be dead in 30 years in all likelihood. And, when some of the things that are going on nowadays, like with climate change and stuff,
Right.
that's when you're my age, that's going to be the kind of crap you have to deal with. So I won't have to deal with it. I'll be dead. Um, so I feel like people your age getting involved and trying to make a difference really matters. I want to do everything I can to help you. So
Thank you.
appreciate you coming on, and I'll put this petition out on Blue Sky. We'll see if we can. We're going to set a goal and see if we can get 1,000 people to sign it. So
That's great. Thank you so
hopefully we
much.
can go beyond that.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, Zach. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And see you on Blue Sky.
Yes. See you. Bye bye.